Welcome to the Alternative Products Podcast, the ultimate hub for counterculture enthusiasts and innovators. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, we've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the world of alternative products together.
All right, so our next guest we have for the podcast is Nicole, and she's with Sea Moss Benefits Super Green Sea Moss Gel. What is the company? First of all, we're going to start that over. What is the company name?
So we're a multi-brand company, meaning we have more than just one brand. It originally started with Rainbow Root Teas, which is a mother brand. And then we branched off with Forage Earth and Ocean, where we're also catering more to holistic and alternative products.
Okay.
And we focus on ingredients. A lot of times in the supermarkets and in the stores, it's kind of hard to find. So we're trying to cater more to that in the industry.
Okay, and where can people find your products exactly?
So currently we are in mostly small local farmers market and a lot of mom and pops. We're not in the major food stores just yet. We have pitched, so we're working on that currently, and hopefully in the near future we can get there.
Awesome. And so you said there's numerous names for the brand. What was the main one that you mentioned?
So the main one started off in 2017, Rainbow Root Teas.
Okay.
And we started off as teas, elixirs.
Awesome.
Which are really high concentrated teas with a lot of benefits. We have different flavors, and each flavor has different benefits to cater for one's immunity.
Awesome. So what are the kind of benefits that people can find in your products? What kind of health benefits are there? And why is it that you wanted to gear your product on a more healthy side?
Well, because it's catered to the immunity. So as we know, since 2020, the immunity has been the talk. You know, a lot of people are now focusing on to alternative products, and us turning to alternative products, we're able to focus more on taking more control of our immunity and get to know our bodies more.
Awesome. So for those of you that don't know, actually, I've known Nicole since high school. So I was walking and I saw her on the floor. So that's why we're here now. I was able to bring her over with her products. I think it's really interesting that your products are pretty different than a lot of the products that you see in alternative products expos. Was that a conscious move, or is that just something that came about?
Well, it's always
naturally?
been a conscious move. We're always moving in consciousness. And it's important that we bring that awareness to our society and to our community. So yeah, being part of this expo is all about holistic, and it's all about bringing awareness to our community and environment and all over the world to say, like, hey, we can trust in nature, we can trust in it. There's other forms too, but we can also take control and trust in nature. And there's a lot of medicinal things out there that we have.
I gotcha. And what makes you guys different from the competition?
You know, I feel like there's never a competition. Okay. You know, anybody can make this stuff, you know?
Right.
It's all about the energy and the passion and why we're doing it.
Okay.
You know, when you go to someone's house and they cook and they're in a really crappy mood, you could taste it in their food.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's like energy talk. So at the end of the day, anybody can make sea moss. There's tons of sea moss, but ours is the best.
I gotcha. And where do you source it? Where do you source something like this?
So one thing I love about this is that we get to work with the farmers out in St. Lucia.
Wow.
So we work with St. Lucia directly.
Wow.
We do direct imports. A background of me, I was a customs broker for over 15 years. I've been in the freight forwarding and import industry for a very long time, since I was just out of high school.
There we go.
And, I've taken that passion from corporate world and brought it over and started my entrepreneur. Now we have 3 different business lines and continue to grow.
And how long have these business? What was the first year that you started the business?
Well, it started with my fiance Victor.
Okay.
We started off the Yellow Greens Farmers Market, and I had a shop and he had a shop, and I'm a yoga instructor also. I don't know if you know that yet.
No, I don't. Cool.
And we met there, and then he was doing this fully, and he's been doing elderberry since before the pandemic. Now everybody's talking about elderberry.
Yes.
So this is we were ahead of our time. It was just not just yet.
moving forward in the industry for a few years now, for quite a long time. Do you guys distribute to any other any places as well? Or
we right now we're distributing to Bravo Supermarket.
Okay.
Local in Florida. We're hopefully getting more Bravos to get our products. And we have Brothers Farmers Market. We have Grassroots in California.
Yeah.
We have New River Grove, which is one of the hottest tourist places in Fort Lauderdale, Davie.
There you go.
It's another family-owned business. And so we work a lot with family-owned businesses because we can also relate to them.
Awesome. And
for those that I didn't mention,
yes.
There's a lot more retails. I just can't think about it.
We'll get you on the next interview.
There's a lot more retails. I mean, we're probably like in over 30 retail stores.
Okay.
Yeah, in the U.S. So we continue to grow. So that means they're trusting and they see people are buying the product. So if it's selling and there's 30 stores, we must be doing something good.
So you mentioned something about community. I wanted to ask, how does a business build a community around them?
So first of all, it's knowing your target.
Okay.
Who is your people? Where you can't sell these things. Like you can't go to a what can I compare it to? Like well, you can go to anything, but you can't go to a clothing store, for example. I can't go to a clothing store and go sit there. You know, like I'm not gonna have any. You got to think about like-minded people.
Yeah.
With whatever you do, and I can go to anything that deals with putting anything in your body.
Right.
And that's where the niche is, where people can relate and understand what wellness is. Like, I want to be better. How can I become a better person? And it all starts with inside, and then it starts reflecting outside of us, layers of us. So the more we focus on what we put in our bodies, and then have a community where, these are people, like-minded people. So here we're in an expo where it's like-minded people, where they're saying like, hey, I'm dealing with this type of pain, or hey, I'm dealing with this. We're not doctors, we never said that, but hey, my experience is gonna speak my truth. A doctor can't tell my experience because this is what I'm experiencing in my moment. So no one can take that away.
Right.
So, I think when we're set up at Farmers Market, and we do like Parkland Farmers Market,
okay.
We're really big with the Parkland community. So when we go there, we know that they're like-minded people.
So
and even when they're not like-minded people, it's important to educate.
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing this, and what is CMOS and the benefits of CMOS? So that's why it's important that we continue showing up for the community.
So when coming to these expos, these trade shows, you feel that has a big benefit for you to build your community and such?
It's supportive, and it's having conversations.
Okay.
I think that's something we're lacking so much as a whole. Conversations, because everything is on the phone,
right?
Instagram. You can't to have a conversation. Likes are not conversations.
Yeah.
If people think that likes or hearts are conversations, no, it's an expression, but it's not a conversation. So if we're talking about conversating, how are you doing? Like, how are you really doing?
Connecting on a more personal level, not just through text and
Exactly.
stuff.
We get to know our clients. We get to know like what do you want better? What kind of herb maybe we can support you with? Like, how can we support you
And have you been to trade shows before? Is this your first one?
So we actually did the first one in 2019.
Okay.
When it was named something else.
Okay.
And the show was very successful, and it was nice to have other business owners understand the concept of this, because not everybody understands it.
And what makes it successful for you guys? What makes the trade show successful?
If just one person that purchased our products and says and messages us and say, hey, that made a difference and thank you.
Right.
To me, that's successful.
Awesome.
Of course, getting numbers, getting stores to believe in it also, so that way we can get it to the homes and to people to purchase. Which, I mean, the 30 stores speaks for itself as a small, as we're starting off small.
For sure.
But we're making moves, we're consistent. We're very consistent in this.
Absolutely. And so going back to community, are you guys part of any association? Is that something that you're thinking about?
Definitely in the near future. We'll be part of different associations and different, the more we get exposed, and it's when you're a self-entrepreneur and wearing all hats, it's definitely a small buildup versus like corporation when you got a whole gang behind you. when you have a small, I don't want to say small because we're not small, but when we have our team and stuff, but it's like slowly build up.
Yep. Awesome. And so some of the benefits that you would get from an association, being within the industry, everybody that's within the industry is going to be part of it. What are some benefits that you can share with the people that you think you would get?
I think just getting into the right association, the right group, the right nip pitch, where they understand like why we're doing this and the quality of the products, the ingredients. You have so many preserves and things that, and that's what gets me upset. There could be an amazing products on the shelf, and then they have these 2-3 ingredients that defeats it all.
Yeah.
So I think being more aware, so that way we can get an understanding like, hey, we can do it this way. We don't have to have it this way.
Awesome, for sure. And so let's go back into talking about the industry a little bit. What are your biggest challenges within the industry? And then you can tell me what your biggest opportunities are.
I'm going to say this.
Yeah.
I feel like Kanye sometimes.
Okay.
That can be controversial.
That's a dangerous comment to make
I understand when he gets upset when he's pitching to buyers, because the buyers may not understand my brand and may not understand there's a group behind me that want it, but the buyers put a stop to it. I pitch a brand, I pitch this product, and they tell me no, it's not good enough.
Okay.
But why is it not good enough when I have people with trade shows that want it and ask where can I get it?
Right.
You're missing it out in your store. Like you go on social media, you look at CMOS up, everybody wants it. They only could buy it online.
Yeah.
But when I pitch to these stores, and we've been around, so it's, we have our commercial facility in Boca Raton, a health food commercial. We're all licensed. We have everything legit, just like any other company.
Right.
Which a lot of small businesses don't do that. So I think number one is getting your documents and everything set the right way as a business.
Okay.
And then, pitching it in and making sure that we're legit. We could scan our code, we have whatever we need to put on the label.
Right now, your biggest challenge, you would say, is getting it into these stores with the buyers that you're coming across.
For sure. It's hard to convince buyers on a larger scale to understand this.
Okay, and how does coming to trade shows help with bringing buyers to your booth, and what are kind of some of the things that you guys do when you get these leads to follow up and close them?
And like make them understand that, hey, put this on your shelf. When we first started, we were giving things away for free.
Right.
Now big companies can do that, but when you're smart, you're making your smaller scale. I mean, we have our team, like I said, but it's a process. It's different.
Right.
So it's saying like trust in our brand, and I promise you're gonna get your sales, your numbers.
Okay.
So it's all about, retailers and buyers need to also take that risk in trusting brands like this.
For sure.
Especially if there's education and there's awareness in it.
Absolutely. And what's your favorite alternative product?
The CMOS. It makes my skin glow. I don't need cake in my face.
Okay, the CMOS.
So, I put a little bit of makeup, but I think CMOS is so great for the skin.
Yes.
I'm 35, and some people think I'm in my 20s still, so
right.
I'm cool with that.
There you go. And is this the CMOS that you're actually putting into the product? Is this what it is?
Yeah. So this is our the tonic. It has a ginger, CMOS, agave. It's really concentrated. I don't know if you want to try it.
Sure, I'll try it. Let's do a taste today. This is going to be our first taste of the podcast.
There's no CBD, there's no THC, but it's all natural. You shake it like a salt shaker.
Yeah, shake it up. We're going to do a shot.
Take a shot. Yeah, I'll take one with you. Cheers.
There it is. Cheers. Wow.
So what I did, lap your tongue.
Wow, that's strong and good. But you can feel that it's really healthy for you.
So imagine having that when you have like a cough or mucus in your mouth or in your nose.
Ginger really takes effect, absolutely.
Yeah, it's very high in. It's very concentrated.
Yeah, it's good though. So Nicole, you mentioned that you wrote a book. Can you explain a little bit about the book and what it's about, and let the people know?
No, I'm a self-publisher also. I wear a lot of hats.
There you go.
I self-published my book, but for me, these products are personal during the pandemic, I was pregnant for the first time. And anyone that is a mom and knows what it is to be pregnant for the first time, just the thought of giving delivery is scary.
Right.
Going through the delivery, like, how is it going to be? So in the middle of the pandemic, I ended up getting COVID, and I gave birth in the COVID unit by myself. I had an emergency C-section. It was super traumatizing.
I was going to say.
I can speak about it now. But these are what I turn to. I mean, when you're pregnant, when one's pregnant, not you're, but when one's pregnant, you can't take much medicine. I couldn't take much medicine. So for me, it was turning to herbs. And these herbs are what I am here. Right. Like it was scary. And, the experience in the hospital was very scary for me. So I wrote a book for my healing process. You know how some people write journeys, like journal, and I had to write a book. Forget about a journal.
Wow.
I had to write a book. I'm like, there's families, not only moms, because my fiance went through it with me. I gave birth alone in the COVID unit. I had an emergency C-section.
Wow.
So it's a lot. Scariness, fear. So when I was going through that, somehow I just surrendered and I trusted. And then I trusted on these herbs that I was taking.
And what's the name of your book? And where
the
can
name
people
of the
find
book
it?
is called The Pandemic Birth.
Wow.
And I was the first woman that wrote a book
on giving
about
birth.
What happened in the hospital and my experience in the hospital during COVID in the middle of July 2020.
Oh, wow.
You think about that, it's just like chaos. So yeah, that's the name of the book, and it's on barnesandnobles.com, and it's also in Amazon, Kindle. It's on ebook. I self-published it all, so it's all available online.
Okay.
You can look it up, The Pandemic Birth.
Awesome. Also, I wanted to touch on one more thing. I saw that on the label. It says that they're kosher.
Yeah.
Is that all your products are kosher?
Yeah. So we recently have a private kosher. So we are also, we don't have, so there's also a whole political thing with the kosher symbol.
Yes.
So we have a private kosher rabbi that, he took our brand gratefully under his wing, and he just recently passed away, though.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I'm kind of like, we're working on that, on what we're going to what we're going to do next about that. But he was a very great rabbi.
Okay.
Amazing man. He has an amazing journey story as well, and how much he also believed in the products and small businesses also. So, being kosher, we're able to serve the kosher community in that sense. And it's important for everyone to have access to it, whether you're kosher or not, just knowing like, hey, you can trust us. Let me provide to you.
Why? I want to, one more thing. Why should people come to the Expo? Why should people come to AltPro?
Because you get to talk and have these conversations with buyers, with retailers, with the community, with people that can shop online and know about your products. If you don't go out and come to these type of expos, no one's ever gonna know. You cannot be successful being at home trying to push it.
Right.
You gotta show up.
Awesome. And you say online, are you guys on e-commerce as well?
Yeah.
Based? What's your website, and where can we find you?
So our website is for Rainbow Roots would be www.rainbowrooties.com.
Okay.
And then with Forage Earth, the one that you just tasted now is Forage Earth and Ocean, which is a sister company. The shots. This is elderberry, thyme, oregano.
Amazing.
I'll give you this one so you can take that home.
Awesome.
So this one's forageearthocean.com.
Okay.
And then Fresh from Hemp, which would be, some of the hemp products that we have, will be on Rainbow Rooties as a brand collection.
And are you guys on Instagram? You have a social presence?
So our Instagram is www.instagram.com.
Yes.
And then the at sign is at rainbow.roots, ROOT, like roots from the ground.
Yes.
.teas, TES, like to drink. And then for forage is Forage Earth, like the earth.
Yes.
Ocean.com. And then forage is because like we got to forage this earth.
You have to find what you're looking for.
You got to find what you're looking for.
Absolutely. Awesome. Well, I want to appreciate your time, Nicole. Thank you for coming out, and thank you for being on the podcast.
As the industry continues to evolve, so will we, bringing you the latest trends, innovations, and stories from the front lines. Don't forget to share this podcast with your friends, family, and industry peers to help us spread the word and continue to grow this community. Thank you for being a part of the Alternative Products Podcast.